Factor, the #1 cable news show for 15 years and counting.
Thanks for staying with us. I'm Bill O'Reilly in the Miller Times segment tonight. The D-Man has been closely following the Apple terrorism controversy. He joins us now from Santa Barbara, California. So San Bernardino is not that far away from you, to the south. And when you heard that Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, says, you know what, we're not going to help the FBI open this terrorist phone because it sets a bad precedent about privacy. What did you think?
I think I got a fix here, Billy. I think they ought to give the San Bernardino terrorist phone to Hillary Clinton for a few days, and then Trump can call Putin and get the data from him. That's how I think.
All right, so somebody would hack into Hillary's phone and
well,
learn.
I'm just saying, you know, when people want it to be loose, it's loose. When people want it to be tight, it's tight. I'm not surprised the feds can't hack this phone. You ever watch C-SPAN? You ever look at the feds? I'm surprised they can work a phone, much less hack into it, okay? And all these privacy issues people are whining about. Every time I go to a mall or I'm sitting in an airport, I got some moron chick next to me screaming at the top of her lungs into her cell phone, and he loved me, but then he told me he was impotent, so I get more lingerie. Shut up, please. I don't need to know. Too much information.
Yeah.
Listen, here's where I come down on this. If we can stop Paris again, something like Paris or San Bernardino happening again by one, either waterboarding some monster that we've got somewhere and having him spill his guts, or two, pulling together and breaking into some of their phones. If we can do that and stop another Paris, I'm all for it. I guess that makes me a monster.
No, it doesn't. Most Americans agree with you.
Head on the pillow at night.
38% are siding with Cook. And the rest agree with you and me that, you know, in a specific case like this, it's got to be specific. All right, you got to help because we got to know who these people we're talking to prevent other killings. I mean, it's very,
well,
very
you know
simple.
what they say, Billy? Too many cooks spoil the stew, and I think we're overthinking this. Of course we should all pull together.
All right, well, maybe Mr. Cook will come on and explain himself on the factor. The odds of that are about 1,000,000 to 1. In California, where you live, the odds of Donald Trump or any Republican carrying the state are nil. It really doesn't matter. Does anybody even pay attention in California, the presidential race? You got 55 electoral votes, far and away the most in the country. Obama beat Romney 60-38 last time. I mean, as I said, Charlie Sheen could run on the Democratic ticket out there, and he'd win. I mean, you guys aren't even in the game anymore, right?
Well, the state doesn't let me down, Bill, because, you know, we've been on the road enough. The whole country let me down when they didn't put Romney in. He was a good fix. He's a good man. I know they painted him as a monster. And by the way, when I saw the president carrying the binder the other day to pick a Supreme Court so he didn't have to go to Scalia's funeral, I was thinking, I remember when Romney said, I've got binders. You know, something, they laid into him like he's the worst guy. And here's Obama pride, you know, he's proud that he's got the binder under. It's all crap. I gave up after Romney.
Yeah.
Romney, to me, was Queens, I think it was called Queenstown, Ireland. The Titanic left Southampton, and then it stopped offshore in Cherbourg, France. I think that was McCain, and then made one last stop at Queenstown, Ireland. I think that was Romney. We pulled out without Romney, and, you know, it's not like California disappoints me. I think the country's shaky right now.
Yeah, but when you have the biggest state, you know, a lock for the Democrats, and New York State here, the third biggest state, it's a pretty difficult situation. Now, Portland, Oregon, interesting town. I worked there. There was a Girl Scout. We're going to show her picture. She's selling cookies outside of Foster Bud's marijuana dispensary in Portland, Oregon. Now, this girl's a genius because they go in there, they get stoned, they come out, and they want cookies. Right, Miller?
I'd make her Secretary of the Treasury tomorrow. In a shot, I'd make her. Right after she gets her horticulture badge, I'd make her Secretary of the Treasury. You know something, Bill? This is what the country has come down to now. Listen, medical marijuana, all for it if somebody's in pain or really needs it for a malady. Let's face facts. A lot of these things are scams. You got guys coming out of these places, they're completely loaded. You remember the old axiom, thin mints make fat slobs. So this girl's out there with a table, selling them left and right. I think she's an absolute genius, but I do think it's sad for the country when our highest aspiration now is to aspire to get the highest. You know, it's a weird
and Girl
inverse
Scouts
thing.
have to know about all this drug stuff as well. Miller, thank you.
Yeah.
And if you would like to see Miller and me live on stage, the Who Wants to Be President tour rolls into L.A. March 12th at the Microsoft Theater, into Fairfax, Virginia, May 7th at the Eagle Bank Arena. Details on BillO'Reilly.com. Also, the Mohegan Sun show sold out in Connecticut on June 18th, but I'm thinking about adding a Father's Day matinee, and I'll let you know shortly.